I'm gonna win for you. I'm gonna win for me and you. I've been listening to that song for 3 freaking years, and I technically still don't know the full lyrics. Or, oh, I'm a shell of a rookie fan. Hey everyone, Joe here from ActionX. Welcome to What's on the Two, where it is ActionX's premiere show where we talk about all things television. Normally, we review shows, whether that is episode by episode basis, seasonal basis, meaning we're reviewing seasons, or quick impressions. This week, we are reviewing the entirety of the third season of The Rookie, which has just wrapped last week. As of this recording on ABC, season 3 came to a close. Sadly, a bit short because of all the COVID-19 stuff. Hopefully, we'll have a much more extended season 4 next year, as we have thankfully been confirmed for season 4. Thank God. So if you have not yet watched The Rookie season 3, maybe things have just been busy, maybe like you got the vaccine, so it's like you kind of have to start going back to like work or stuff, so you haven't really had time to catch up on the new season. Now that it's all on Hulu, I'm going to answer all the questions for you. This is a non-spoiler review, so if you want to talk more about spoiler stuff, you can watch my episode-by-episode recaps, which I reviewed all 14 episodes of season 3 of The Rookie. I believe when we did the season 2 review, I did do a spoiler section. Given how things have changed with What's in the Tune lately, we are going to stick to these season reviews as a non-spoiler basis. So everything beyond episode 1 of season 3 will not be talked about. I will be talking about elements and things you might possibly see in season 3, but I'm not giving any specifics away to give credit to those who have not yet watched it. But again, if you want to hear all of my thoughts on season 3 in its entirety, breaking down every episode, you have all those episode reviews already available on youtube.com/actionx. But with that being said, the main question that's got to be answered is season 3 of The Rookie worth the binge? Is season 3 worth watching all 14 episodes in one going, or just something in that nature? And my answer is yes. Despite everything COVID-19 has thrown, despite all the social aspect issues that The Rookie elected to talk about, this was still by far a very strong season. I'm still very much weighing out if season 2 is better than season 3, and that could just because season 2 had 6 more episodes than season 3, and then that shouldn't really matter. Usually, less episodes mean a tighter story, and I believe for me, at times, I think season 3 is by far better than season 2, but I do believe season 2 had a lot more really cooler aspects to explore because it did have that longer longevity. It had more guest stars, more nuance to the stories, and this season was morely focused on the cast, which, don't get me wrong, I loved every character on this show has gotten a new development cycle this time around, even with a 14 episode order, even with a smaller count. It still worked out at the end of the day for the team, and I love this season by far. I love every Rookie season, and I think now that I'm talking about it, I think season 3 is definitely the best season by far. Hopefully season 4, sorry about that. Hopefully it will be better once we do see it and finish it up. But that's a conversation for next year, Joseph, to talk about. Hopefully one with more bigger muscles. Actually, it's not that impressive right now. I'm still working on it. So going out to things, again, I'm only talking about stuff up to the premiere. So anything beyond the premiere, so don't worry about it. I won't be spoiling anything beyond that. That's kind of like the whole rigmarole with these reviews and quick impressions, is that we will not go anything past the first episode, so you're perfectly fine with the rest. So season 3 had so many balls to juggle, and I commend the writers, the cast, the producer for tackling them on. So, of course, obviously, if you're coming from season 2 and you're wondering how long are they going to take with the season 3 resolution, one of the biggest things I don't say every Rookie season is perfect. I never say that at all. I just love it very much. I will acknowledge the season 3 premiere storyline that is stemming off the season 2 finale storyline. For me, I definitely felt a little bit let down that it was kind of a one and done deal. I will say that openly. That could just because maybe they had a bigger plan in mind, but then COVID kind of changed things up, or maybe it was planned out to be a one and done. I don't know really. For me personally, it could have been either or. I really don't know, but no matter how you swing it, a little bit let down because when I did the season 3 predictions video, I was very much hoping this was going to be kind of like a 2-3 episode arc where Nolan would be on the lam having to clear his name, as well as everyone else is trying to like still be normal but still trying to figure out how do we help Nolan out of this. And definitely they did the best they could. I will give them that, and we definitely solved through that season 2 finale storyline in a fair, reasonable sense. I was just a little let down. Like a couple of aspects of that didn't really sit with me at the very end of the day, and I was kind of hoping for better. I don't criticize him that often. I really don't, but it is what it is. As someone I just recently met likes to say it as. So then moving on after season 3, again, I won't say anything specifically, but they do tackle on a lot of issues because one of the big promotional factors, well, one of the big, not promotional factor, one of the big elements they included this season is the everything that happened with back in June when we were off the air between season 2 and 3, everything that happened with George Floyd and then the Black Lives Matter movement, and just then eventually after that, which was also coincidentally timed, everything that was going on with police reform and the hashtag cancel the police movement as well. A lot of things were happening in that world, and I've had some comments about this in the episode reviews, and I will address them. And thankfully, we've had civil conversations. I've had no issues with the people who have, the viewers who have commented them. And so if you are one of those people, thank you so much for commenting. I very much appreciate the maturity and the civil discussion we had. I appreciate it very much. That a lot of people didn't. I'm not surprised. Some people were very disfranchised that the Rookie was tackling on those issues. That, oh, it's just a TV show. They shouldn't have to mention the real world issues. Like, let's just pretend we're in this fantasy world. It's like, for me, sometimes, yeah, I would agree with you. Like shows I watch, like The Flash or Supergirl, Walking Dead, like, you know, they're not going to tackle on COVID-19 or the everything that's going on with Black Lives Matter and the police movement. I'm obviously that makes sense, but at the same time, the Rookie is just so infused and is so grounded in like what's going on in the real world. It's basically like a fictional version of our world. You can't really. I didn't. If they had just chosen to elect to ignore it, I don't think for me at the end I would have minded as much because I wasn't really like championing for that to be on the show. I felt like there was so many other storylines that could be explored that would just make more sense. But the way they integrated our real life problems, excluding COVID-19, they did say that, oh, COVID-19 does exist in the Rookie world. We're just earlier on the timeline, so we haven't gone to that point yet. So I'm going to save my next piece of topic for next week's video. So to get back on the matter, I really did enjoy that storyline. And I was like, when I was reviewing the second episode, I was kind of fearing that, like, oh, please don't tell me it's a one and done as well. Like, I can't do this again. I really hope they don't just make it like, oh, here's our obligatory episode, then we're going to forget about it. Like, I was very surprised, and I was very happy they consistently kept to that elements, those storylines that they started up in response to it, and that became just another organic part to the Rookie itself and its, you know, overall functioning world. And I loved it. Like, they managed to layer on something else on top of it very nicely, and I really enjoyed it. I really did. I think in terms of events, we do get a few more like big story arcs this season in terms of like Nolan's direction for the future, Chen and Wes's paths towards like a post police cop life and career move. Gray has some fun in there. Diaz, not Diaz, I keep thinking of another show. Lopez has a lot of stuff to do in there, and I'm going to talk about those characters specifically in a vague sense in a bit. But I will start things off as much as I love Bradford, as always, I do believe this season I think he was the one that got the short end of the stick, in my opinion. I love Bradford a lot. He had such a lot of promise, a lot of stories with the last two seasons, season 1 with dealing with his ex-wife in her post and trying to figure out how to help her, you know, get over this drug addiction he had. And then season 2 was him exploring having a actual normal, possibly future relationship with someone. And I'm just thinking, wow, that's awesome. And in season 3, I won't give anything away, but he doesn't really get that much to work with. He's mostly supplementary at times, and he has some cool story moments, but and I don't say he doesn't have any development. He definitely does. But compared to everyone else, it's very not as much as everyone else per se. I think he does definitely. He's the short end of the stick this season, kind of like how for me Chen was in season 1, and I believe what was season 2? I said I think at the end of the day, I think Lopez had the short end of the stick in season 2. No. I think it was either West or D. I think it was West mostly, but it happens. It just happens when you do these ensemble shows. Like, and eventually, at some point, one of these characters is just gonna get forgotten or just not gonna give him much to do. And hopefully, they still had fun at the end of the day shooting the season, and I really hope they did. But at the end of the day, I do believe Bradford did not get that much to do. Doesn't mean his moments of shining night moment isn't awesome. Still, it's just for me, I felt like he didn't get really much to do this season this time around. Lopez, this is problematic because like I want to talk about her, but I can't. But I feel like Lopez definitely has like the biggest boost of the season, and we're picking things up with season 2. So we immediately deal with that, and she gets to that point where it's like she's right. Obviously, we know she's already engaged to Wesley. She's got the kid on the way. I believe they talked about the kid in season 2. I believe. No, they didn't. It wasn't. It wasn't the premiere that she was pregnant. So dealing with pregnancy and then the fact that she was going to get to be a detective, and those storylines are like, oh my god, so cool, and like getting to see her like deal with everything, like being a pregnant woman on the job on a very dangerous job is not an easy choice to make to back out of it, but she powers through, and she deals with a lot of crap from a lot of people, but she still powers through at the end of the day, and it was really awesome to get to see that. Also, Wesley got promoted to season 3 as a series regular. I'm like, bravo to him, congrats. I talked about this in the premiere, but like, again, he was just, I love the guy. I've seen him as a kid. I've now seeing him as an adult. I love the dude. He's freaking awesome. And him and Lopez's dynamic this season, like, it shouldn't make sense on paper, a lawyer and a cop being in a relationship, but it works. It's nice, it's sweet, and it's cute, and I really love it. And they always power through. Like, they're not a cliche couple. They never have those cliche moments. Like, they have some issues, but like they always manage to solve it for them at the end, like a rational human being. And I'm like, thank God, they're smart ass people. Thank God. So I was really happy with that direction for her. Harper, now this was her first full season in my opinion that she didn't have to, like, she was there from start to finish. Last season she joined in around episode 3 or 4, I forgot where she was. She kind of joined to be Bishop's replacement, and most of half of season 2 it was mainly me talking about like her having to like get her own identity beyond just being Bishop's replacement. This season once again proved that on top of the second half of season 2, she is her own character. There's so much of her going on, and one of the things that we don't get this season from her is her family, like the daughter aspect that much. I mean, it's there in spirit, but we don't really get much of it in my opinion. But we do get to see other layers to her, and we definitely get to see her like really mature her bond with Nolan. And it's also so cliche, like everyone Nolan meets, eventually they're gonna love him. And Harper, eventually, like this season, they definitely have that friendship vibe going, and I really like it. I really do. I thought it was very sweet of them to like have that dynamic. But for Harper, like they did a lot of cool things with her character this season. Stuff I can't talk about, but I can definitely say that she makes a pretty cool connection with another fellow character on the Rookie that I wasn't expecting, and that could mean cool things down the line for the 4th season. But I can't say much of there. And there's like a cool line in like the later half of the season. Like I know I shouldn't spoil this, but she eventually has a thing for like 2 men at the same time, and that sounds wrong. And ironically, it came out during a time period where I was literally given that same advice, like, okay, you're not in a relationship, so you could still technically date around. And there was like, I'm like, wow, she's got it going on, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this woman. Oh, I love her so much. I really do. I loved Harper this season, and the actress Mia Cox, amazing actress. She performs her very well, and she's just steeped into her own. She just is a natural fit to this cast, and I love it. I really do. On to West. West has had, I think, the biggest storyline of the whole season. He was the one that directly is tackling on the issue of just all the social issues we have in our environment. And the way he had to go through it was very brutal at times to watch. Not in a bad way, not like a gore way, but I'm just saying, like, just we see the problem as viewers, but it's not an easy fix because it just isn't. There's statutes and rules in place that, like, oh, you can't easily remedy the problem without it being a bigger incident. And then sometimes that bigger incident will become too late and someone might be lost. And I won't spoil much about Wes's storyline for the first half of the season, but it definitely got to that point. But the way it ended was, like, very satisfying. And also, shout out to Brandon Routh, who joined the cast this season as a recurring character. I love him from Legends. I love him as Superman from Superman Returns. He's just probably one of the nicest human beings I've ever seen in Hollywood, and he's overall just a chill actor. He really is, and he's awesome. And him joining the cast this season, playing a different sort of character in immediately the next arc after we finish up the season 3 premiere. It was so different for me to accept because I've seen him on my screen already for 6 years. Well, yeah, 7 years. So, and now seeing a different side of him, I was just thinking, wow, this man's got range. And he works out so well. It works out so well. And I really felt for Wes this season, and definitely I'm very curious and very excited to see where things are going to go with him in season 4. They end him in a very interesting place at the end of season 3. So I really want to see where they go with him next. I'm really curious. Plus, I'm actually a little bit scared. I'll talk about that next week. Chen was something I talked about when I was doing the season 2 episode reviews back last year when we were starting this whole endeavor, where I was very scared for Chen because not in a dangerous sense, because, like, we know what happened in season 2. But when I was beginning the season 2 reviews, I was saying to myself, like, or saying to the camera, I want her to have, like, a really a good storyline. I wanted her to, like, not just be because in season 1 she at times was just, okay, Nolan's girlfriend, and then after that Nolan's ex. That was mostly her half the whole season, and also dealing with Bradford. That was mainly her stuff to do the whole season. Season 2 definitely gave her way more to do at the cost of her, like, you know, her sanity. But it was awesome to get to see that development in her and see, like, how does that change a person from within. This season definitely doubled down on that, and we got to see more of her potential in the Force and her interests beyond being a cop. And it was awesome to see that because I just wanted her to, like, okay, look, romance is fine in show, but if you make that every character's every development cycle, it just gets bored after a while. And thankfully they dealt with that this season in a pretty interesting way, per se. They definitely did. But when it comes to what she really got to do this season, mainly also dealing with ending her boot TO relationship with Bradford was pretty sweet, and then also her having a whole new aspect of life to deal with, and then also having to deal with just in general, like, where her future may end up with her next. I just loved it. I just loved, like, how much attention Chen got this season, and it was just awesome. It really was, and hopefully we'll get even more of that season 4. Hopefully something even more meatier, but we'll see how that goes. And as for our main lead, Nolan, Nathan Fillion, you just can't hate him. You really can't hate him. You can't. He's definitely had, like, a hard-hitting season. He definitely did. I think this probably was his most hard-hitting season. Starting off with everyone is immediately questioning his integrity. Is he right? Is he wrong? And we know as viewers, like, of course he's right. He's being framed here. But then for everyone else, like, well, do we really know Nolan? Do we really know him? And it's like, dude, you've known him for 11 months. Relax. You know him already. Well, besides the point, like, it was funny, like, after we left the season 3 premiere, I was just so scared, like, are we going to get, like, a dark, depressed Nolan arc? Because he's been for a lot in the past couple of episodes before the season 3 premiere. Like, his girlfriend broke up with him because she wanted to just get back together with her husband for the sake of her kid, which, honestly, not a good thing to do. And also having to deal with someone he trusts betraying him and putting all his negative deeds on Nolan. I mean, I was honestly expecting that storyline, but we didn't. Nolan just had to stay in that positive, upbeat mood throughout, and he had to inspire for change and showcase that he is still willing and trustworthy to still have that badge at the end of the day. And he still did throughout every episode. And he just kept getting more and more curveballs because like the sacrifice that he had to make to save his, reputation came with a cost. And having to deal with that sacrifice was a bit rough for him. But however, it just seems like every time he gets somewhere good, something just happens or another thing happens. And there was an episode towards the end of the season where I was like, you could have gotten that storyline, and I'm like, okay, I'm thankful you didn't, because I really don't want to get down and depress Nolan. But at the same time, it would have been interesting to see him climb back up. And I can't spoil much about that episode. Go watch the reviews. But would have been very interesting to explore that. But I think by the end of the season, like him, I can't spoil it, but getting towards the end of that time period of his life, it's just interesting to see where things are going to go ahead in season 4 and where do we see that. But I think in this season, he had another solid, good season overall. And I was very surprised by the way he powered through everything. And despite everything he's dealt with last season and this season, he still knew that he's still a good guy and he's going to keep doing that no matter what anyone does to him. So I love Nolan so much. So that was amazing for him. I think if I have to talk about my favorite episodes, if I'm just giving like episode codes, not like specific episodes, I think my favorite episode of the whole season was episode 7 of season 3. I think that was my best episode. That definitely had a different feel to it, different sort of episode per se, but I think it worked out in the benefit of the storyline they were tackling on, in my opinion. So that was a plus. I think my least favorite episode of the season was, I think it was probably, I don't know. Like, I love every episode of The Rookie. It's just something like, it could have been better. There's no Seth Green episode that I dismissively not like last season. There isn't that this season, but there was definitely a couple things where like, okay, this episode could have been better, really. So, again, I would have loved to do a full spoiler review, but however, you can hear my full thoughts on the, there's a YouTube playlist on ActionX where it's all the Rookie reviews, so you can go check out all 14 season 3 episode reviews to check them out, because it's worth it. So, go check it out. But, so far, we're back to the main question at hand. Is season 3 worth it? Is it a season worth watching? And the answer is absolutely yes. Please go watch it. Support it on Hulu. It is amazing. It really is. It's only 14 episodes, so it's like less than last 2 years. So you really are not going to struggle much with it, and you're going to love every episode that you're just going to keep watching it and keep going with it. So please support the show. Continue supporting the show. So I highly recommend season 3. I love it. If I have to give it out of my usual 2-thumb scale, definitely two thumbs up plus. If I had a third hand, I would give it 3 thumbs up, but I don't. So just imagine me with 3 hands, like boom, boom, boom. So yeah, go check it out. So if I have to do a obligatory ranking like I do with my Arrow and Doctor Who reviews, I guess season 3 would be number 1, season 2 would be number 2, and season 1 would be number 1. But not to mean they're all that. Oh no, wait. Let me reverse that. Wait, did I say that? Yeah, season 1, 3. No, wait. Season 3, number 1. Season 2, number 2. And then season 3, and 1 at number 3. But every season is still amazing. Everything just saves and stays quality and just improves over time. And I'm absolutely excited where things are going to take us in season 4, arriving this fall. But until then, that was the end of season 3. So go watch it. It's on Hulu right now. The whole 3rd season and the whole series as well. So please binge the whole series if you want to, because it's really amazing. Or go just rewatch it. I would rewatch the show. I'm just very busy. I literally have no time. I'm still trying to finish MasterChef. I'm still trying to play Minecraft. I still got other videos to edit. I ain't got time to rewatch The Rookie. I love it so much, but like, no. But seriously, go watch season 3. I recommend it highly. So I think that's gonna do it for me, everyone. So if you're unaware, this has been What's in the Tube from ActionX. Sorry. Usually I would do my usual ending rigmarole. It's still ingrained in my head. I apologize. But this has been What's in the Tube from ActionX, reviewing the 3rd season of The Rookie, spoiler free. If you want to know what we're doing overall What's in the Tube besides our Rookie reviews, normally we're doing Nancy Drew episode reviews each and every Thursday mornings after a brand new episode on Wednesday nights on the CW, or free the next day on the CW app. We're also doing Walker episode reviews each and every Friday mornings after a brand new episode on Thursday nights on the CW, or free the next day on the CW app. We're off for 2 weeks because Walker's on hiatus, so there you go. We're also doing High School Musical, the series episode reviews for season 2 each and every Saturday morning after a brand new episode on Fridays on Disney+. But if you don't care about The Rookie, you love me, you love hearing me talk about season 3, and you want me, what is he saying? Like, I want to know, like, go watch season 3 on Hulu, go watch the episode reviews that we produced throughout the past 14 or so weeks, and then you'll know all my thoughts, you'll know all the secrets, and then you'll see it there. But if you want to see more of me talking about something new about The Rookie, you're in luck. Next week, we are doing the Season 4 predictions video, which I will be talking about everything I want to see in the 4th season of The Rookie, which is coming out this fall on ABC. Sadly, still on Sundays at 10 o'clock at night. I think I might start a new job by then, so I'm like, will the universe ever throw me a break? I mean, I'm going to die on Monday mornings. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see. But again, until then, stay tuned. Season 4 predictions video next week. Don't miss it. You'll love it. But with that being said, again, this has been What's in 2 from ActionX. If you want to see more of us, please subscribe to ActionX on youtube.com/ActionX. Ring that bell for notification when our next Rookie video is live, which was normally each and every Monday mornings. Follow us on social media to stay up to date with any sort of updates for the channel. Like, favorite, share this episode of What's in the Tube if you want to, but it helps us get us out to other members of the Rookie Nation who are still yet to discover us. It helps us beat up that YouTube algorithm that hates me oh so much. And as always, sharing is for free. So, food for fun. But until next time, Rookie Nation, let me know in the comments below. What did you think of Season 3? Try to keep it spoiler-free as possible, but then you can just put like that, spoilers, ... Okay, here we go. I will respond to every comment. Just know that I respond to everyone. So if you want to have a conversation with someone, I'm here. So keep that open. But until then, for all you members of the Rookie Nation, please stay safe out there. Be good to each other. If you have not yet even watched Season 3, go watch it. Let me know how you feel of it. If you have watched it, still let me know how you feel about it. But for then, I'll see you all next week for the Season 4 predictions video. But until then, peace out.